Hola, hello, bonjour. Today we're gonna speak about the route. We're gonna keep that one in English for the first, because I think that it is just fair to speak in other languages other than German. The route actually it should be a circle around Europe, going from the Far East, more or less, to the Far West. The Camino de Santiago, or the Jakobsweg in German, actually passes Vienna, goes through the west of Austria, and passes through Switzerland, and then joins into France. However, this route is going straight through the high mountains and the high Alps of Austria up to levels of around nearly 2,000 meters, which can be achieved, but I don't think it's a very good idea for the purpose that we are traveling for. Our purpose is actually not really spiritual only, but also to meet people and to get together. So the advantages of staying more or less in the flatlands, which we are not, because the Schwarzwald is also not flatlands, but at least it's not passing through the high Alps like Ötzi. That's why I would suggest that we walk the north route and the south route, passing the Alps. So to go from Vienna to Santiago de Compostela, it would be the north route, which would follow us more or less along the Danube, going to the Salza, which is then at Salzburg, pass south of Munich to the north coast of the Bodensee, which is a very, very big lake in Central Europe, and then going through the Bodensee across the Schwarzwald into the lower part of the West Alps into France, which we should pass at heights of maximum 1,200, 1,300 meters, if it is possible. The moment we pass the German-France border, we are again fully on the Camino de Santiago. The Camino de Santiago Le Puy, for instance, is a very famous also, which goes then past. You could also either pass Lourdes in the Pyrenees, or going to the west side through Saint-Jean-de-la-Porte. Then going the Camino Frances. Again, the travel is not the Camino itself, which is in most parts the Camino, yes, which makes it also easier for the people that are walking and are taking the bicycle, because there is more albergos, there is more possibilities if you're on the way. But also this part from Salzburg to the west, to the east German, to the East France, West German border, in this corner, Switzerland, France, Germany. This would be parts that are also covered with a very, very good hiking paths, which they have different names through West Germany, but they are similar to the Camino, and so we're gonna be also on long distance hiking paths, walking. Keeps us on track, so it is easier also to put up your camp, because when you're walking from Vienna to Spain, many people will understand that you do not have the funds and the possibility to always look for a hostel or for a hotel or for an albergo, that you can sometimes pitch up your tent somewhere and move the next day anyway, so you're not really disturbing anybody. The way back would be the south route, which would be a half year later, which would be the south route, which would also go over the Pyrenees, then Rennes-le-Château, more or less the way of Maria Magdalena, which they say she was there, going to Aix-en-Provence, coming to Siena, Roma, Venezia, Vienna. Well, that would be something like the route that we're going to take. I have put the first 4 weeks until the south of Munich inside the bottom. When you look when you click onto the bottom there, you will catch into another page which will give you a more detailed thing. But all of it, please understand, it is in progress, it's in working. I don't know if somebody's gonna come. I don't know who is gonna come. I don't know if even I am gonna go. If I don't have the funds, I cannot. But it would be